Did you know you could be missing out on your breakthrough, the answers to your prayers, your miracle, just because God did not answer it the way you expected it to come? And because it didn't come that way, you miss the actual visitation. Seriously. You know, it's not every time that God answers prayers through a mighty display of his power, or sending a destiny helper or whatever. Sometimes he will just say the most regular things to do, and you're thinking, God, but why? You are God. You should just show up and show out. And I say that because of something I've seen happen, actually something tragic happened to someone last year that did not need to happen to that individual. They were in a bad situation, okay? And no doubt they had been praying. They had been praying, right? And they wanted God to change the individual who was part of the situation that was making their life hellish. And I think because of the fear of society and the fear of, fear of man, what's that verse in Proverbs that said, the fear of man is a snare? So this individual, because they wanted God to literally actually change that person and not have to leave that situation, they could not see or hear God saying to them, actually, daughter, I need you to leave. I need you to leave. This situation, this environment is not healthy for you. This individual is a hardened person and you need to leave. They couldn't hear that. Why? Because all they wanted God to do for them is to change the individual. And God was not going to change the individual, but God also had to respect the individual's will, what he wanted to do, right? And so I'm saying to us that let's be careful that when we are praying and asking God to answer our prayers over certain situations, circumstances, or even our involvement with people, sometimes he will not change the individual. Sometimes he won't even change you. You may just be all right, and he will just have you exit. Did you all not see what God did with King Saul and David? King Saul was after David's life. God did not kill King Saul instantaneously when he rejected him. Saul remained king for forever, but for a long time. And the whole time, David, who was God's now anointed and chosen king, king in waiting, was on the run the entire time. God was literally rescuing David from every attack of King Saul to kill him. But God did not kill King Saul. Kept him alive for many years. But did that mean God was not answering David's prayer, saying, this one day my life will go through King Saul? But we see God answered him. So what am I trying to say to you, my sister, my brother? Please, 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 let's stop putting God in a box and saying to him, God, unless you have come through this way for me, then you've not come through for me at all. That's wrong. God is the judge. He's the righteous judge. He knows how to judge the entire situation and bring about the breakthrough that fits you and even that individual. Okay? So, allow God to be God. Allow God to be God. Think about that for a moment. And let him answer your prayer the way he sees it fit to answer your prayer. All right? Take care, people. I'll see you on my next video. Follow for more.